At least you don't have to fly anywhere. You're just here. You're in stasis.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually. I think we always going to take that for granted.
Yeah,
What
you're here all
are
the
you
time.
staying in the same place you stayed last year? Then?
No, I'm living with a 3-legged dog that wants to kill me. I swear to God. I'm not even making that up. It's not a bit. It's not a bit. I wish it was a bit.
It will be a bit.
It's not. It will be eventually a bit when I get over the fucking trauma. I'm staying in Grass Market again. So last year I was down the other end of Grass Market. It's handy, right? This year I'm the other side of Grass Market. Just somebody put me in touch with somebody who doesn't normally rent. So I was like, nice, great. She says, do you like dogs? I'm like, I fucking love dogs. Because I do love dogs.
Yeah.
Right? She sends me a picture of the dog. He's got 3 legs. I'm like, adorable.
Yeah.
3-legged dog, rescue. He looks happy. He looks smiley. I get there. She opens the door. And the dog is like, I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake.
Is it an ugly dog?
No, he's a lovely dog.
All right.
He's beautiful on the street. This guy's a proper abusive dog, right? On the street, everyone's like, oh, he's lovely. At home, fucking psychopath.
Dog on the streets.
Yeah.
Devil in the sheets.
Devil in the sheets.
Don't fuck the dog.
I haven't tried to fuck the dog, to be honest.
I mean, it's midway through the fringe, Brian.
Yeah, well, 3 legs, there's no real balance or grip. You know, it's just... it's like, not that I fuck many dogs, but, the ones I have, generally...
it works.
4 legs is a bonus. 4 legs is a bonus. But he's just like, I got treats, and I was like, this is day one, right? I got these dog treats, because he hates me, right? So it was like, okay, to get from my bedroom to the bathroom, I open the door, he's outside going... I'm like, fuck. Throw the treat. Drops on the carpet, he runs, he eats it, I go to the bathroom, right? I come out of the bathroom, I throw the treat, he runs, he eats it.
Really?
Right? Day 3, this was working for 2 days. Day 3, she's not there, the woman who owns the dog. She's gone out that morning. I'm leaving, I got a gig to get to, right? I'm leaving. Open the door and he's like, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, for fuck's sake. Okay, nice doggy, treats. I throw the treat and it sails over his head and bounces twice on the carpet. You shouldn't hear a dog treat bounce on carpet.
Yeah.
That's the silence that was there. And then he just looked at me, didn't even turn his head to the treat, and he just went, oh. I'm like, now I'm fucked.
Yeah,
now he's ignoring
that's
treats.
your one trick.
My one trick. Came out with the backpack. He went for the backpack, attacked it. And I was like, got stuck in the room. Had to ring her 3 hours later. I'm waiting to get out of the room. Like, I've barely made the gig I was going to. Well, 2 hours later.
Surely you can overpower a 3-legged dog, Brian. Surely you just hit it with a bag a bit.
Yeah, well, you're the expert in dangerous conflict situations, fringe now, aren't you? What would you have done, Ralph? I mean, apart from issue a press release. Guess who's getting shot now?
Yeah. Shoot the dog. That's what we'll get
the dog.
Shoot the dog.
Is that guy still around that invaded your show? We could get him.
And no, he has been arrested under the Mental Health Act.
Oh,
thankfully.
Well, he's a comic then, is he?
Yeah.
There should be a fucking van going around the fringe, man, just bundling comics.
Yeah. Was it you?
Mental Health Act.
Oh yeah, but there's a few of them that should be locked up.
For sure.
Yeah. No, he is well and truly away. Thank the Lord.
I can't believe that's not packing your room out. That should be packing your room out.
Yeah. It should be. It ain't. But mainly people haven't even heard of it. That's the big thing. People haven't heard. No one has a clue. Even I've bumped into other comedians and they've kind of gone, "How's your run going?" And I've gone,
"I heard."
Yeah, I have to kind of go like, it almost feels like when you've like had like you see someone who's had like their kind of 50 minutes of fame and they keep trying to bring it back up. Yeah. It feels like I'm that guy, but I'm having to be like, I can't not say that this has happened. So I'm like kind of like, how's your run going? And I'm going, I got a gun pulled on me, and they're like, what? Is that you? And I'm like, the fact that other comedians haven't heard about it tells me that.
Well, the public aren't hearing about it then.
The public ain't hearing about it. We had 3 people in last night of the 8 people that were in the show who had heard.
And they were just there hoping it would happen again, probably.
Yeah, that's I genuinely think that was it. Because my fucking flyer didn't turn up last night. His first night on the job.
Didn't turn up, and he
texted me today, be like, "Oh, apologies."
For what? What did you do?
Yeah. He's just like, I completely slipped my mind, he said.
Slipped his mind, first day in the flying job. Jesus Christ.
And the guy before was the best flyer I've ever seen in my life. He was packing the room every night.
Really?
Yeah.
Have you seen Mike Rice's flyer?
No.
Unbelievable.
Really?
I was looking out the window watching her, trying to figure out what she does. She's been headhunted by big names for next year, apparently, like at astronomical sum of money an hour, right? I won't even tell you how much it is. This is what she does. I've never seen anything like it. This is what she does. I'll use my flyer for illustrative purposes. Yeah. Brian Gallagher 9:30 Beehive. Doesn't matter. This is going out after fringe.
Yeah, probably at the end of the fringe.
Fucking prick. I'm wasting my time in here for fucking brown jewels. I'm an avid listener, by the way. Never fucking listen to it. So she just stands there with the flyer like this, right? She just goes with a very light rocking motion, one foot to the other, a slight rotation of the shoulders. I've been analysing this woman. Right? And she waits for someone to go past, like a Venus flytrap, and she just goes. And they go, and she goes, Mike Rice, Irish comedy, blah, blah, blah. And they go, oh, I think I'll go to that. It's insane, right? She should be coaching people how to do this. Meanwhile, I had 2 young Irish lads outside going, they didn't know I was watching them. They got so bored flying from my show, they started going, ooh, I have to take it, yay.
Is that Robbie?
Robbie, yeah, and another young lad. And unbeknownst to them, I'm on the top floor listening, so I can tell how many times they don't get a flyer in someone's hand. So they're just going, ooh, oh. I'm like, you fucking useless bastards. Get the flyer in the hands, for fuck's sake. Look at Mike's robotic woman. She can do it.
Insane.
She's insane. She's insanely good. His room is packed.
Ah.
It's not because he's any good. Mike Rice is shit.
Oh my God, man.
Mike Rice is an amazing comedian, by the way. In case
Yeah,
anybody
yeah,
clips
he's
that and
fucking-
takes it out of context.
Yeah, no, don't worry.
Oh, he's class, man. He'll be full of stories. Like,
Funny,
so many
funny
stories.
guy. Yeah, I was just saying, I was on a night out with him the other night. I'd never met him before.
Yeah.
And it was like 3, 4 in the morning. And I was like, do you want to come on my podcast? And then the next day, I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm that guy.
Hand up business cards. Oh, podcast.
Yeah.
Ralph Brown podcaster.
I do fear it. And he was like, yeah, fucking course.
Yeah.
But
He's sound. He's sound. He's one of the best comedians
Yeah,
from
oh,
Ireland
yeah.
in fucking years.
Yeah.
Years. After me, of course.
After you, of course. Yeah, Brian, yeah.
Very talented.
How is the show going though, man?
The show's going alright, yeah. Not as good as last year. Like I miss you on the grass market, man.
Thank you. I
We
miss
used
you.
to-
Yeah, yeah,
used to
but there's
flyer
just-
back to back. It was fun. It was.
That was
fun.
it. That we used to do like some hours and hours of flying in the
Yeah,
grass market.
yeah.
Just keeping each other sane.
Keeping each other going. My show'd fail. You'd be crying. It was very. That's really what I missed the most.
But you know what it is? Towards the end, you were just like, I had a little bit at the beginning, and I was like, yeah, this is good, this is good, we're on the Evil 10. And then towards the end, it was just like, I was just kind of
We're
like,
like on opposite emotional trajectories.
Yeah.
No, it's going okay this year. Like it's, I'm doing too much this year though. I'm doing a play.
I was going
I'm
to
in a
say,
play in Surgeons Hall of 4. And then I'm in, and plays take a lot of work, man. I didn't realize how much energy acting takes. I've never acted before.
Yeah.
So it takes a lot of energy, which I wasn't expecting. So that's at 4. And then I've got the Best of Irish and Dropkick Murphys at 7:15. I'm hosting that.
every night.
I'm hosting every other night that I'm doing a spot, alternate nights.
Yeah.
And then I'm running down to do my own show. So I don't have as much time to flyer my own show.
Right.
And I'm good at flying. We had good
Yeah,
crack
yeah,
last
yeah,
year,
yeah.
bouncing off people, you know. So that's hurting my numbers a little bit. I haven't been like had good numbers, but not full every day. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
last
yeah.
Fringe was amazing. Like
Yeah.
that was just packed all the time, you know. So we're surviving.
Yeah.
You know, it's not too bad.
What made you do the play?
I got asked to do it. So
Yeah.
like, if you want me to do anything, just ask me. Look, I'm on a podcast right now. Do I have time to be here? No, I don't have fucking time to be here. Well, but you just went, when did you pod? I'm like, yeah. And then I'm like,
fucking
why am I
sure.
saying yes to everything? Fuck, I took heroin last night. Jesus Christ. Somebody just asked me, do you want heroin? Oh yeah, fuck it. Why not?
Just a slow Tuesday in the Fringe, let's smack up.
Yeah, let's fucking get that belt around that arm. But yeah, I don't know why this actor asked me would I be interested in doing a comedy play. She'd seen me do stand up, and she's like, if she found a script, would I be interested in doing a 2-hander for Fringe? And I was like, oh, I'll give it a go. So
Yeah.
we did. I didn't realize how much time goes into. I had to learn how to learn lines. Yeah, have you acted before?
Never.
No, you sure you'd be great. You'd be
No.
great.
I'd be fucking. I've got no energy or effort for that at all.
I know you got the head for it though. You got that.
To the head for it. That's it.
You have a thespian head. I swear to you. See, that laugh is so theatrical. It's like,
A thespian head.
I'm telling
that's-
you. Yeah, thespian head. I don't know. It's I had to learn how to learn lines because lines. I thought you just read the lines and go line, but there's a whole thing of learning the emotion in the line, behind the line, so that you remember the line without having to remember the words. They just come back to you.
I mean, to be fair, I could probably do with that for just trying to remember my own set. Because I constantly forget my set. I keep forgetting bits this month, and then I keep doing callbacks, and they're not working.
Because you didn't put the plan.
Yeah. The worst one, I did a callback. I did a bit about like a really expensive mattress in one of the bits. It's a kind of throwaway line, gets a wee laugh. And then in the bucket speech, I do a kind of, hey guys, I'm saving up for a new mattress. But one night I forgot to say the expensive mattress bit. So then in the bucket speech, I just kind of go, and I'm saving up for a new mattress. And the audience just looked at me like,
That's
Cool.
nice. Yeah, good for you.
that's brilliant. That's stop bringing your problems to the show and just get on with the show.
Do they do mattresses in that size? That's mental. I'm the same. My show this year has never been the same show twice, because I've got all these stories, and then I've segues and like that. I'm trying to figure out the best order
Yeah.
for the show. It's been a couple of nights. It's been like whopper, absolutely brilliant. Other nights I'm going through it and going, oh, I never did that bit there, so I can't do that call back there. So now I need to go into this bit. One night I did a bit from 5 years ago because I couldn't remember if I'd already done a bit. I was so tired. I was like, have I done that bit? I can't do it. I think I had a reviewer in, and I was like, I can't. It was a nightmare show, but I had 3 Maltese people at the back of the room, Have you ever had a Maltese person on the show?
I had 3 Maltese people in my show last year.
Men.
They were, yeah.
Psychos.
Yes.
Hecklers.
Yes.
I had them this year. Oh my fucking God.
They sat in the front row last year.
I had them in the back. They were high-fiving each other and everything.
Yep, that's them.
Oh my fucking
There's
God.
one of them looks like a gangster.
Yeah. One was kind of baldy, like shiny head. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
they're back.
They're back. They're back.
The Maltese are back. They
fucking
were
Falcons.
like a proper handful for the my show.
Jeez, man, I had a nightmare. I think I had a reviewer in and they just wouldn't stop talking. Then they were high-five and they were discussing bits, translating bits, talking to the rest of the audience. I'm trying to rein them in and keep the show going, keep the energy up, put them down, you know what I mean? Slagging them and then trying to get back into the material. At one point I was leaning, with a reviewer in, I was leaning on my microphone, right? With my head down going, I went into a monologue going, it's falling apart, Brian. No, it's not, Brian. You'd be grand. No, it's falling fucking apart. I went on about 4 minutes of a monologue of having a breakdown, and then I just lifted my head and was like, okay, back into the show. I guess it was a fucking nightmare, man. Absolute nightmare.
But the Maltese guys like steaming.
They were steaming and they derailed the whole show. Like they did a whole show. And Mike Rice told me he had 3 Maltese women in his show. So I think there were couples, and the lads are like, "Let's go fuck up Brian's life, and you go fuck up Mike's life."
Let's split apart and ruin Ireland.
Yeah, he said they were talking and messing in his show as well. So I'm like, I never met a Maltese person before. Never want to meet one again. Never
so
going to
weird.
Malta.
What a weird fucking thing to just keep coming back to the fringe and ruining it.
I'm no racist against Maltese people, which I didn't expect to happen at the fringe.
Do you know what?
You know,
That's fine.
Usually it's different minorities I go for, but this year it's Maltese, 100%.
I don't think anyone really knows. No one thinks about Malta.
Why would
I
you?
just meant to say Maltese there. No one thinks about Maltese anyway.
It's just loads of churches in Malta. That's it.
Yeah, fuck it.
And hecklers apparently. Fucking pricks. Oh my God.
What have they been taught in church?
Ruin my day. Yeah. Boo.
Fuck.
Down with Jesus. Crucify him.
Oh, that's class, man.
Yeah. How's
So
your show's going okay though, right?
Yeah. It's actually everything aside.
Yeah.
It's going well.
Okay.
Everything everything apart from that night, it's like the set's going well. The numbers have been great. Apart from that last night, so it's actually been a fun month.
Yeah. Any reviewers in?
No. Well, this is the thing. I was talking to my girlfriend last night about this. I hate reviewers.
Who doesn't?
Despise them to the point where a guy came in and he went, "Oh, I'm here to review the show. We couldn't get press tickets online though." And I went, "Yeah, because I don't allow press into my show." And he was like, "What?" I went, "Yeah, I don't. There's a you know the box.
Yeah,
you check
you
to
can-
say allow
Allocate so many tickets.
free tickets to the press." I go, "Nah, I fucking don't want them."
Yeah.
So I don't take that box. So he turned up and I was like, "We couldn't get them." And I was like, "That's because you're not allowed to review the show. I couldn't give a fuck what you say."
Yeah.
I didn't say that, but I was like, "I don't want reviews of the show. This is just me messing around with the club set." And he went, "Oh." I went, "You can come in, but you're not reviewing the show." And he went, "Oh, that's..." He didn't know what to say.
Yeah.
And I went, "Just come in and enjoy." I had the night of my life. I had the best show of the run. It was the Tuesday night before everything kicked off.
Yeah.
And literally, he walked out, handed me a tenner, and he went, "Excellent show." And I was like,
Don't review it.
"Is there any chance you reviewed that show?"
Yeah, listen, I've been thinking about my stance. I don't normally do that well, to be honest. That's when it always happens, though, isn't it? When you fucking hell. Man.
So I was just like, don't want them in. And I from that year we did me, Angus, and Michael did the 3-hander. We got loads of cool quotes from that. I didn't want reviewers in that year either, but they were like, "Oh no, let's get them in." So I used the quotes in this year. I was like, I didn't even put the quotes on my poster. Now I was just like, fuck these people.
Fuck 'em.
I hate them.
But the media tickets, man, you allocate so many media tickets, and I thought I had a reviewer in. I think it was the Maltese show. I've seen nothing show up. Touch wood, it doesn't, because it was a fucking nightmare gig. But I think I was trying to search the guy's name who took the media ticket. I think I had like the fucking, I don't know, some obscure fucking island BBC gardening expert into my show.
No way.
Because they can all get media tickets if they're affiliated to anything. So half of the media just use it to get free shows instead of paying.
Oh yeah,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? Wandering around the place.
Yeah, I'm not having that. Like, you need to pay.
Yeah.
It's a $5.
How are you going to write a review as a gardening expert? Like Gallagher was like a burgeoning rose, covered in Maltese flies, dying fucking slowly.
That's maybe why they didn't do it if the show was just derailed that much. Because surely you can't review a show that gets heckled loads.
That's just, it was a disaster. So hopefully it was a proper reviewer that decided, let's cut this guy a break. Let's not try and review this. 'Cause it was all over the place. You know.
Yeah, I've got a massive grudge against them, so I'll never let them in my shows.
Did you get a bad review or something? Or where did it come from?
I've never. The only 2 reviews I've ever had were really positive.
Yeah.
I just don't like them.
You just don't like the concept.
I just don't like the concept of people coming in and kind of going, "I don't like this," or "This is this," and I'm like, "Fuck them."
Yeah. I mean, I think reviews should be from comics.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
I'll take audience reviews. If someone comes in and enjoys the show,
Yeah.
and they go, I love that, I'll tell more people. Or see someone comes in and says, I don't enjoy the show.
Yeah.
And then they told someone, I was like, I don't care about that. To put it on your little blog or on a news site, I'm just like, nah, that's too much.
Somebody who's never done anything. And some of them are so renowned for being scathing, unnecessarily scathing. You know, you see something nasty, it's like, there's a critique and there's just that line of being nasty for no reason.
Yeah.
Like, unnecessary. You know?
I've seen a few people getting like reviewed on their appearance, like how they dress and stuff like that. And you're like, what are you doing?
Crazy. Do you still wear that green shirt you used to wear last year? As soon as you mentioned clothing.
So the lucky green shirt.
Yeah.
I put it on the Monday, Tuesday, and like the flying had never gone so well. And I was just like, why did I not this? And I was like, I'm gonna wear this every single day, and I won't also on the Wednesday night, the night of the incident. So I'm kind of like, it can't really be that lucky.
Yeah.
Because it was helping.
Well, you
people
didn't get shot. It was a replica gun. That's lucky.
Yeah, that's a good thing. But that was to me that was a lucky shot.
Right.
And then when you get a gun pulled on you when you're wearing that shirt, it kind of runs out of luck very quickly for me. Yeah.
How did you feel when it happened? How did you what was the first thing that popped into your head?
It's so funny. The police guy asked me this because he's filling in the statement and he's obviously trying to like. This then has to then like go.
Sounds like a very woke policeman. How are you feeling right now?
This is it. So this is already my set about the guy. He just kind of says. And then the guy, he pulled the gun on me, and then he said, "And how did that make you feel?" And I was like, "Do you know what? This was probably maybe about 20 minutes after it happened, and I hadn't processed it immediately or at all. And as soon as he said that, I went, "Oh, I thought I was going to die." I thought I was going to get shot. And there was that it became real at that moment, like 20 minutes later.
Wow.
Up until that point, we were all out in the street, the audience, we were having a laugh. The guy came out and he was like trying to get us like to go back in and get the gun and everything like that. It was so weird. But the guy literally said, how did that make you feel? And I said,
that's when it hit.
That's when it hit me, like boom. And I was just like, oh shit, that was a big thing.
Fuck, man.
But then after that, it was just kind of like the audience were coming over, like handing me drinks and things like that. And I was just standing like necking a rum and ginger beer in the streets, and the guy was just like, "Yeah, keep going, man. Just keep doing that."
Fucking hell, man. I had a gun put on me once years ago. I forgot about it until I saw your post and stories.
Brilliant. What happened?
I was working in a bar in Limerick.
Also, I can't believe I just went brilliant. Brilliant. Love it.
Yeah, my family died. Got an hour out of it. Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, mass shooting. No, I was working in this bar, in a hotel bar, and it was like a local pub as well, so it was really busy. And there was some gangsters in Limerick City at the time. There was like big feuds going on between drug gangs.
Yeah.
And they're all locked up now. There was a big police thing about it years ago. Locked all these gangs up. But basically there was these two or three drug gangs, and they'd been barred from the hotel bar because they're barred from normal bars.
Yeah.
Right? And this was a hotel / normal bar, which is always a loophole.
Yeah.
For, dodgy characters. So they'd been barred, but we didn't know they'd been barred the day before by security. And the next day, like at 3 p.m, there was no security on. And someone who came into the bar, and I was behind the bar, and this guy in a full, like fucking Neo from the Matrix, full length leather jacket, comes walking in at this kind of mad pace, swings the jacket back, pulls out a handgun, right, and is like, "I'm getting a pint in here," right? And we were all like, "Oh fuck!" So what is this? And I have this weird, probably mental problem where I don't panic necessarily when you should panic. I don't know what it is. I just went. I finished the pint. Like I was like, "Oh, pint down. Okay, man with a gun. I'll just. I think we should all go to the kitchen." So we all went into the kitchen and locked the doors, and he was banging on the door with the gun and stuff. Then he went down to the reception of the hotel. The managers had to lock themselves in the back area of the hotel. He was running around screaming and shouting.
Oh my God.
Eventually he left and he got arrested and all that kind of stuff. But I didn't panic. I don't panic. I don't know why. It's a weird, I can't explain.
Yeah.
Other people were like, "Ah!" And I was like, "Oh, it's a man with a gun. I should probably walk away now." Just this mad calmness. I don't know why.
Oh my God.
But it was really surreal. Like afterwards, obviously, you're like, that was fucking scary.
Yeah.
Because this was a guy. You know what I mean?
And probably that was a real gun as well.
Yes.
That was a real gun. You've had the real shit pointed at you.
This was a guy, yeah. Like you saw his face coming in, this guy does not carry a fake gun, like, So I was like,
to do that over a pint.
Obviously coked off his fucking head, you know what I mean?
I mean, do it if you're gonna like rob a bank or something like that.
Yeah, something practical with a tangible end result.
Yeah, not to like interrupt a Fringe show or get a pint.
Yeah.
Do it for a reason.
I like this. There's a new podcast called When to Use Guns by Ralph Brown.
Rule number 1, not at my shows.
Not at my shows.
Not at my shows. Any other time I will consider.
Unless it's a reviewer.
I honestly think I would have had to shoot a reviewer to get any
love
press
that.
attention.
Ninth reviewer gets shot at Ralph Brown show. Police beginning to suspect a motive. 3
Fuck,
stars,
man.
1 bullet.
Yes. Fuck, man. So that's it. So he pulled the gun. Do you never?
He pulled a gun. He got arrested. We were asked for statements. Nobody gave a statement. Like, this was like drug gangs in Limerick at the time. This was big stuff. Like, they couldn't get juries in. They had to go to non-jury courts to prosecute most of these guys because it's a small city.
Right.
You couldn't get people to testify against the biggest drug gangs in a small city. You know what I mean?
I'm guessing
it was
they're
like,
gonna-
oh, what happened? We're like, oh, we think a man may have entered the premises with what may have appeared to be a gun. We are not sure.
Can you describe him?
No. But I did have an incident in a car once where I was driving my car, back to the weird panic issue I have where I don't panic for some reason. I was driving a car and I had a small tip in my car and it had buckled my bonnet very slightly previously. Very slight buckle, but it wouldn't close properly. So I had to tie it down with like strong rope.
Yeah.
So I was driving this on like a road with no hard shoulder, right? Just a main road with no hard shoulder. Driving like whatever, 100k, and the bonnet went woof, and a sea of red of the bonnet just hit the windscreen. And I still remember thinking, I just driving going at full speed, just going, fuck.
Oh my
It's a normal reaction. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I should have been like, ah.
Yeah.
I was like, oh fuck. And I just rolled down the window and I drove like Ace Ventura. my head out of the window.
Did you actually?
Yeah, I had to. No choice. I was doing 100 kilometers an hour on a fucking road with nowhere to pull in. So I was like driving like this, trying to use my rear view mirror for context and looking out the side. Got to the next town and pulled in, and it was.
Love that you didn't
grand.
think to slow down.
No, why would you? Sure. Fuel economy, Ralph. Fuel economy. You know what I mean? I couldn't believe it. But those mad things that when they happen to me, I don't tend to have a normal panic response.
So have you got like a list of like mad things that's happened to you? It feels like this is kind of like you've got your own podcast here.
Tons of stuff. Yeah, tons of stuff. But I don't know what it is. But I actually would be kind of worried about that. Like, it's weird. You should
I think it's good though.
panic. Is it?
I wasn't in a screaming, shouting panic, but I was definitely in a still kind of composed, argumentative as well. I argued with a guy. I wasn't.
With the gunman?
Yeah, and I was just kind of like listening back to it because I had it recorded it on my phone. Listen back to it, I was just like, "You a fucking idiot! Like, don't be so like."
Were you like abrasive with the gunman? Like,
A little bit.
like,
little
what are you
bit.
doing? Who are you gonna shoot?
Yeah, and he was just like, he was asking me questions like, "Do you think I'm gonna shoot you in the head?" And I was like, "Well, I fucking hope not."
Oh Jesus Christ! He said that.
Yeah.
Fuck. Okay, well, yeah. I think my scenario was different because I was able to walk into a back area, close the door,
Yeah.
and I didn't believe the guy was going to shoot anyone in front of fucking security cameras. Your guy was unhinged. He could have, and you're
Yeah.
like, "Don't." I hope not. I hope not.
I know.
Christ,
I know. What a guy.
you're a lucky man to be alive.
Well, that's the thing. It's now becoming like all the press and everything. Like that. I read over some of the stuff, and it's like it says like I wrestled with a gunman. I need it on record right now. I did not wrestle with
Your
a
childhood
gunman.
dream. You grabbed your little Mexican mask.
Yeah, I
pulled it
tried to like. As he set the stage, I kind of tried to like kind of get it off him a little bit.
Yeah.
But I fell off the stage. There was no
He
wrestling.
tried to get the gun out of his hand.
As he stood up, I kind of just tried to, like, as I kind of went like that, I tried to kind of get it out with my arm.
Yeah.
And he just kind of went like fucking, he was clearly in control as he was stepping up. And, but yeah, someone tweeted, or someone put on their Instagram, so like, Ralph wrestled a gunman. And I had to message her to be like, I didn't fucking wrestle
Man,
the guy. Like, can we just, I need this cleared up. I
you
didn't
should
like,
be milking this.
well, that's the thing. Everyone's just like, it's now just all in my set. Like, there was no heroics. I did not wrestle a gunman. Because I don't want that in future. If there's like a hostage situation, everyone's gonna be like, Ralph's gonna step up to the plate here. I will not.
yeah.
I need you to know I will not gonna save you.
I will not be here to save you.
I will be so far out that fire exit / window / anything quicker than you.
Jesus Christ. Did you hear there was a fire in City Cafe? Did you hear that?
No,
There was a fire in the basement of City Cafe. Somebody.
that's terrifying because
That's yeah. I don't want to say death trap, legally speaking, but
yeah, I would not want.
I would not want to be there with a fire. No.
Yeah.
So there was like some Irish showcase on. I wasn't there, but this guy went into one of the Irish acts went into the bathroom for the show, and there was full shows on in those rooms down there. Went into the bathroom, and somebody had set fire to some plastic thing in there, like I don't know, whatever's on the wall, some plastic holder or something.
Yeah.
Set fire to it, some guy on drugs or something, and it went up and melting flames, and it was dripping down and setting fire to other shit. So he had to run and alert people to get fire extinguishers, and the fire brigade came and stuff. So you imagine a fire down there. Ooh.
Oh yeah, I would not fancy my chances down there.
No,
That
no,
is
no,
like
no,
once you're
no.
down there, I don't think there's any like back exits out of that place.
There's a lot of Irish people down there at the time, so it would have helped my show, to be honest. But, what can you
Was
do?
it you?
Did I?
Was it you, Brian? I've got a funny
Sending
feeling.
gunmen to Ralph Brown's show. Starting fires in City Cafe basement. Who else is my competition at this French?
Mike Rice, I'm coming for you.
Gonna shoot Mike Rice's flyer. She'll still be there, like she'll be shot.
Yeah, just rocking on the other foot.
Yeah, it's an unbelievable. Well, you need to see her. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's just this nuanced psychological warfare she's displaying. It's amazing.
I'm gonna try it.
Yeah.
I've got a guy, the guy who didn't turn up. I'm gonna tell him like, now rock back and forward, and then Venus flytrap them. That's what I need from you.
Oh, you'll be sitting there and probably on the ground rocking back and forward.
Yeah, I'll be like, you've got this all wrong.
Ralph Brown, Ralph Brown, Ralph Brown, Ralph Brown.
So have you ever had like anything like shit like happening at gigs? Anything like
Like, not really. Like hecklers, like
Yeah.
you know the usual. Somebody shouting out positive heckles. They're the worst. I hate positive hecklers.
like what?
You know, you're doing something like you're in the middle of a build up, or you're just about to get to a nice punchline or something,
yeah.
and somebody's like, "Woo, you're great!" You're like, "You fucking just killed the punchline."
Yeah.
And then you deliver something, and the room is like, "That was shit, wasn't it?"
Yeah,
And they have no
yeah.
idea why that fucking tanked because fucking dickhead here decided to
Yeah.
be nice, you know. Positive hecklers. I've never had anybody attack me or anything.
Nah.
I've had like drunk people claim that they were offended by something I said on stage because they were just so hammered that they
Yeah,
didn't
yeah, that's happened. Yeah,
get a gag or whatever. It's happened to you before, is it? Because a lot of your stuff's quite offensive, isn't it?
yeah. I kind of mainly just kind of go after minorities again.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
we say.
Yeah, well, you're right. You know what I mean? I'm writing a whole new set called Fuck Malta. I can't wait for that to fucking debut. But no, nothing crazy's ever happened. And Dublin is a pretty nice scene anyway. There isn't really...
Yeah, I was gonna say I've no concept what the Irish scene's like.
It's great. You should come over. I said this to you last year.
I know. I'll keep meaning to do it. I've never even set foot in Ireland.
Ever?
Never been.
Wow. You should
I
come
know.
over, man. It's
I know.
great.
I know, I need
Dublin, you could be gigging in Dublin. You could do... If you came over for 1 week in Dublin, you could be doing 15 gigs.
Ah,
Easy
Yeah?
in 6 days. Yeah, easy.
fuck.
Easy. You can time it right. There's multiple clubs. There's Saturday nights. Two of the biggest clubs, or most popular clubs in Dublin on like the weekend, Friday, Saturday, are running 10 shows between them Friday, Saturday.
And is everyone kind of doubling up?
Not everyone, but if you're visiting from out of town,
Yeah.
they tend to let you double up on those kind of shows. Like,
Class.
they don't really want locals doubling up because then it's like, what's the difference
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
clubs?
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I mean?
fair.
Why would you go here versus there? But they don't normally do that. But for out of towners, yeah. So you could be hooked up with tons of gigs. Like, yeah, come
Do
over.
it. I'll do it, man. I'll definitely do it.
Yeah, you can stay in a hotel.
Has it got a bar? I need a bar in the hotel. That's
And
what
a
I
gun,
need.
man. No, you could honestly. There's loads. Like you could stay with me if you wanted to come over for
Class,
a few
man.
days.
Yeah, and I'll be up for that.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd love it. You'd really. The Irish scene is good. Dublin scene is good.
I can imagine it would just be so much fun.
It's great.
I can imagine Dublin audiences would just be so game.
And we get a lot of tourists. Such a tourist city. So
Yeah.
like your audiences are like 40% Irish, maybe. Sometimes.
All right.
At the weekends, probably 40% Irish. Sometimes 60% international.
So
you've
very similar to Edinburgh then.
Yeah.
It must be similar because when you
Yeah.
go like when you do like Monkey Barrel weekends, that's you do get a lot of like
lot of-
stag do's, everything like that.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of people visiting the city.
Yeah. Stag do's are way nicer now, which is a post-COVID thing. I don't know
Yes.
if you noticed that.
We've talked about this before that everyone now has better experiences with stag do's.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And it's maybe I don't know if that's just because they're just the horrible ones just aren't going to comedy shows anymore.
I don't know what it is. Maybe that's it. But like, I know we just get. I MC the Laughter Lounge in Dublin as well, which is the biggest club, and it's like what 300 people maybe. So it'd be like that's where stags would tend to go to the biggest club.
Yeah.
And it used to be like you'd be like, oh fuck, and where are they from? Right, Birmingham or wherever. You'd be like,
Yeah.
right, okay, get some bits in the head. Okay, get ready to take these fuckers down and make sure that you know what I mean, because you want to just like get the biggest guy in the group.
Yeah.
Put him down, slag the guy, and then move on and make sure they shut up. Like,
Yeah.
but now it's like you're ready for that, and you're like, yeah, what's your fucking name? They're like, my name's Paul. You're like,
Yeah, they're all polite stag do's.
all right, Paul. And like, yeah, who are you marrying? Linda. And I'm like, what's the nice thing about Linda? And I've had this answer more times than is normal, right? Normally they say something funny or try to be funny or a bit like, lads. What's the nicest thing you like most about Linda? Oh, she's got a really pure heart. I've had that 3 or 4 times. I just did 4 and put up 3. It's the fringe, I'm tired. Instead of acknowledge that for somebody in the comments is like, that guy can't count. Yeah, fuck you, I can count now. Had that like 4 times. Yeah. A pure heart or a kind heart, that kind of answer. And I'm
my
like,
God.
And then
If
the
I was
whole room goes, oh, and I'm like, well, this is a shit comedy show now, isn't it?
If
Thanks
I was
very
on a
much.
stag do and the stag said that to the host, I'd be like, oh, I'm fucking leaving the stag do. This is embarrassing.
This is what I signed up for.
Yeah, it's fucking hell. Yeah, that's not cool.
It's mental. It's mental. So they're nicer, they're warmer, they're happier, and like we're used to like rowdy British stags coming over to Dublin, you know?
You want someone in the middle.
Yeah,
you
do,
want
yeah.
someone. You don't want pure heart, but you also don't want she's a slag.
Yeah, you want pure heart and great tits. You know, some ridiculous mix.
Meet us in the middle somewhere, stag do's.
Yeah. Give us something to fucking work with. Yeah.
What's the Irish festivals like? Because you do quite a bit of them, don't you?
The festivals, there's a load of festivals. You got Electric Picnic. So most of the festivals are like proper music festivals with a comedy tent. Right. So that's where you'd end up. So like you got Electric Picnic, you got Body and Soul, which I did this year, which is great.
I didn't hear that one.
Body and Soul's a cool one. Yeah, it's like what's the word I'm looking for? Like a more hippie-ish kind of festival, more community-based.
Bohemian,
that's the word. Yeah. Smelly. Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, we got it all. But that's a good one. And I did that. I did 11 a.m., 11 a.m. shows at that this year. And you think at 11 a.m. at a festival, but like I had families with kids and all sorts sitting there packed because people are like, we'll go and do yoga. We'll get our breakfast. So festivals are even changing, like, you know,
and
then we'll go and see
they are
that,
quite nicer,
Yeah, we'll go and see that comedy at 11 a.m. and then we'll go about our day and do other bits and pieces.
Because it used to be Oxygen used to be the big one. That was your tea in the park, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that's kind of big. Electric Picnic took over from that kind of in terms of size, I think. So you got that. You got the Ivy Gardens Festival, which is the it's the main Dublin comedy festival.
Right.
You got the Galway Comedy Festival, Kilkenny Cats Laughs Festival.
Right.
Never done that. Done the others. There's a lot of festivals. Yeah. There's ones I'm probably even forgetting. Like, so if you're a comic and you're not completely shite, there's which is as close as I can get to say I'm good, is because I'm Irish and my mother's still alive. She hates me. She doesn't love my mother. There's loads of festivals that you can get, but obviously there's so many comics, there's only so many slots on festivals, so one year you'll get loads, another year you'll get a few, blah blah blah.
Is it oversaturated over there? Is it kind of, are you of like
there's a lot
too many comics in Ireland?
Because
it feels like you're kind of it's just kind of known as a kind of funny country.
Yeah, well, everyone thinks they're funny in Ireland anyway.
Exactly. It's like a giant version of Glasgow, because everyone in Glasgow thinks they're funny. And a lot of them are.
Yeah, that's the thing. In Ireland, people are funny. Like, you ask any Irish comedian, they normally have a friend, usually a best friend, who they will acknowledge is way funnier than they are. But they're just somebody who would never dream of getting on stage or trying to be a comedian. You know what I mean?
Even when you fly out Irish people in the street, they normally just try and slag you and tell you that they're funnier than you.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to kind of go, hard to argue with what you're saying.
Yeah, you are actually funny. Yeah. It's 5 minutes to open for me. But they are funny. Like, generally speaking, Irish people are funny. Like, my parents are hilarious people. Neither of them anything to do with comedy or performance or anything like that. Like, my father's the most sarcastic man in the universe.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God, so sarcastic. But like sharp and witty. Yeah. My mother is just the mad kind of mad humor.
Right. Okay.
So the two of them, no surprise they do comedy, to be honest with you. Like, because it was just my everyday life was like, slagging and banter, constant.
Yeah, that's it. My mum and dad quite kind of lively people. Yeah. My dad very funny, mum very funny. Yeah, it's no surprise.
Yeah,
for me
it comes
as
out
well.
then, doesn't it?
And it's just I'm the kind of like the amalgamation of both of them, just kind of really loud. And just cheeky. When I was younger, just kind of always giving them lips. I think they were always kind of like, when I told them I wanted to do comedy, they were like,
yeah, of course.
Fucking yes.
Yeah. We thought you'd never tell us. We've always known.
Yeah.
We've always known.
Oh, that's class.
But I remember my first joke. It was the first thing I remember telling a joke was in school. I was like 4 or 5, maybe 5, 6. I don't know, somewhere in that range. And I remember the teacher was teaching us about sunrise and sunset or some shit. Mm-hmm. And it surprised you to know I was very poor at like paying attention to stuff. And the teacher had said, "Hey, Brian Gallagher," because I was obviously talking or something. "Where does the sun rise in the morning?" And I went, "In the sky." I can still see your face. You fucking little prick.
Big laugh.
Big laugh from the kids. I'm like,
that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
I did a bucket speech. I was like, do you do bucket speeches at your show, by the way? Do you just, yeah. What's your bucket line?
Ollie Horn, don't know if you saw his.
I know Ollie Horn, yeah.
He put an article out on Chartle, like the start of the Fringe.
Oh, somebody was talking about it. I never read it. I didn't read it, but
I heard it. Because my bucket speech was weak last year.
Okay.
Got a bit of money, still got good money last year, but changed it. So just for context, a bucket speech is what you ask for. It's like when you ask for contributions to the show.
Yeah.
If it's not like a purely ticketed show.
Anybody shows up if you're not sold out, they can pay you afterwards with a tip or whatever.
And it's called a bucket speech because you typically hold a bucket for the cash to go in at the end, which very rarely happens now.
Cards all day
long. It's the card speech. It's the card machine speech.
Yeah, I just set the money differently on the cards and want to tell them. It's great.
Yeah.
Back to Ireland. Yeah. £10, €100. Hey.
Honestly, there's sometimes you just think it's some people who just like, They've got so much money. They probably would pay more
Yeah.
if you gave them the choice.
Yes, it's the options that's the key.
Yeah. So I kind of.
What are you doing with it now?
So I just kind of go, oh, thank you very much for coming. If you paid for your ticket, this isn't for you. Thank you. If you haven't, this bit's for you.
Yeah.
And this is before my final 5-minute bit.
Right. Oh, that's good. Yeah, it's a good time to do it.
So not at the end, because at the end
they're getting ready to.
Yeah, they're just like, fuck,
Shuffle,
I need a
shuffle.
piss.
Yeah,
I need to drink, anything like that. So now I do it before the end. I kind of do the callback, the mattress callback.
Yes.
Gets a laugh, and then I'll go back into the last 5 minutes.
Nice.
But it's all about, his thing was all about saying your value of the show, saying how funny the show, how much you worked on it. But and if you try and say like, oh, the accommodation's really expensive and everything like that, he's like, don't do that. Just say how good you think your show is.
Yeah, because you sound like you're begging when you say the accommodation.
Yeah. He's like, oh, it costs loads to come over here. Well, that's your fucking
guilt you're putting on them. It's your choice.
Yeah, that's your choice for doing it. If you want to do that, that's yours. But if you just sell the value of your show, and since I've done that, brilliant.
Yeah, nice.
So much, and I'm getting. There's just like a lot of people are just so freely doing it.
Yeah.
Whereas before, I had a lot of people kind of like walking out at the end.
Yeah.
Because I didn't set it up well.
Yeah. If you give people a chance to walk away without paying you something more or at all, they will.
Yeah.
They will walk away. You give them a loophole or a get out clause, they'll go.
And I made the big mistake at the Beehive last year of doing it as you come through the curtain at the lounge.
Yeah.
So then they can literally walk either side of you. And now I stand in the doorway at the Waverley. So you're not getting past me.
Yeah.
And which sounds like harsh, but
but if you wanna screw me, look me in the eye.
yes, that's exactly it. Well, so now I'm just kind of like, you're making a contribution, and he says a thing like, if you say like, because this is just how the system works.
Yeah.
Because otherwise people think, oh, it's a free show and everything like that. It's like, it ain't that.
Yeah.
So when one guy's done it so far, one guy kind of walked out and just went, sorry, I don't have any money. Okay. And I was like, you fucking rat. Fuck.
Yeah. God, I hate poor people.
American.
Oh, worse, man.
And his friend tipped 10 and had bought a ticket. And it's just like, you clearly, there's a bit of money there. Like,
what a tight bastard.
dirty bastard.
I set my ticket at £7.50, and the reason I did that was because 5, you'll get 5 all day long, no matter what way you mix it up. £7.50, you'll get 10.
Yeah.
I get 10, and I tell people on the street if I'm flyering, or I tell my flyers to say it's £7.50. If it's not sold out, you can come in and pay the £7.50 after the show. And I drill that in so that there's no ambiguity there about, we can get away with £1 if we show up and it's not sold out. And if you say £7.50, in my book of speech, I say to people, look, thank you anybody who bought the ticket for £7.50. It's not uncommon for people to top it up to 10, and that'd be greatly appreciated.
Good.
If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine, which means they'll give 5. Because who's got £2.50 in their pocket?
Yeah.
Right? So they'll top you up at 5. So half of them will top you up at 5, and then the people who've backfilled your room to pay after the show, if you weren't sold out, they'll give 10 ahead as well.
All right, hold on 2 seconds. It's not uncommon. I'm literally right. It's not uncommon to top up to 10.
Yeah.
I made the huge mistake this year of not increasing my prices since last year.
Did you not? No. I
Didn't
actually brought my price down.
Did you?
Yeah, it came down from 8 to £7.50.
Yeah, I really wish I'd done
because I knew the reason I did that is because cost of living is in people's heads, and I thought that 8 becomes 10 anyway. £7.50 will still become 10.
Yeah.
But £7.50 just sounds like a nicer. A 50 sounds like a sale.
Yeah.
Anything that's anything is like a sale. You're like, oh, this sounds like it's on sale. £7.50, you know. I know. I should work in marketing. I used to. I had a life and a career and money. Look at me now. Here chatting to fucking hostage number 1.
Next year, I'm going to change it completely.
Yeah,
and actually just do a bit of more of a, because from doing a club set, I'm just kind of like, if people come, they come. It's not really been a big thing to push, but I think next year I'm going to write a show probably based on a recent hostage situation.
Yeah.
And
you'd be a fool not to.
Exactly. So
you got the press clippings you can now use to promote next year. You know what I mean?
The very few press clippings that I got.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll show you this.
Well, yeah. Is this a scrapbook?
No. This is just. I brought this out on stage last night.
The replica gun.
This is our main paper.
Yeah.
Comedian thought he would be shot. Small box up there. A juggler stops traffic. This is it. This is as good as I'm getting. Look at that.
Those jugglers, though.
That's it. And you know what? The thing is that there was a woman at my show last night, and she was like, "Oh, I was there. I saw the juggler. He was great."
Oh, he was brilliant.
And I was like, "Fuck this juggler."
Juggler stops strap. Man nearly fucking dies.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
It's just like the head like comedian thought he would be shot. Nothing.
Yeah,
Who knows that?
yeah.
But who cares about
People
that?
look at your picture, go, I'd shoot him. To be honest, doesn't sound. But that juggler, that's weird, isn't it? In traffic, what a joker!
It's a fact that she was just like, he was great. He was brilliant. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, if I was in the cars and I was running late for something and a juggler stood out in the middle of the street, I would be like, oh my God, move. I'm going to plow through
Even if you're running late, you'd take time to reverse, wouldn't you? Yeah. Fucking jugglers, man.
Yeah. Only thing it'd be worse is the guys with like the Diablo. You know, that then.
I have a Diablo.
I'll fucking run you over first.
Yeah. I can't do anything with it, man. But like, you get one throw, one catch, you look like a genius. Like, you know,
Diablo, that's so good.
They're so lame, you know what I mean? They're so lame.
Well,
Play with the Diablo.
I'll tell you what, if you would stop traffic with that, you get a bigger headline than me.
Everyone gets a bigger headline than you.
Shit, mate, it doesn't take much, honestly.
Fucking hell.
Right, there's a few things before we go, Brian. There's because I know we're trying to get out of here on time for this.
Yeah.
Have you got like the most memorable gig story ever? Have you got one that when you kind of say to people like, I do comedy, you'll never guess what happened at this gig? Have you got one of them?
What happened at the gig? Well, I'll tell you my favorite experience of a gig ever in terms of like bucket list and having comedy.
like
Comedy heroes,
that
kind of stuff. I did back in the lockdowns when we were just coming out of lockdowns in Ireland and out of the pandemic stuff. The government were funding a series of gigs and they're giving money to get the entertainment sector back on its feet, whatever.
Yeah.
So they were funding Aiken Promotions, which are the biggest promotions company in Ireland. They run a lot of the big gigs. So you hear Vicar Street.
Yes,
all
yeah,
the big
Vicar
names
Street.
do Vicar Street. And it's kind of a bucket list thing for Irish comics if you could do a Vicar Street. I'm doing your own Vicar Street, obviously, is the bucket list, right? So Tommy Tiernan was doing one of these shows that was funded. And when I was a kid, like for me, Tommy Tiernan was Tommy Tiernan. Like Irish Billy Connolly. You know what I mean? Just, he was up there. Always loved him, had all his DVDs, huge fan. Always admired him. So he was doing a show and he had a couple of other acts on with him. And I was asked to host it. They asked me would I MC it because I do a lot of MC work in Ireland. Yeah. Which I hated doing initially, but I got pretty good at it. If I do say so myself. I got pretty good at it. So they asked me would I host that. And I was like, oh, who's on? I didn't know who's on yet. They're like, oh, it's Tommy. And I was like, fucking hell, I'm introducing Tommy Tiernan. So I was just like, if nothing else happens to comedy, and I'm not the kind of person who, I don't really tell that as a story out the street, you'll never guess and blah, blah, blah. It's a bit schmaltzy. But for me, it was like,
doesn't get any cooler than that.
No, it doesn't get any cooler than that. Introducing the guy on stage, and I killed it as well, hosting. I was doing material and I was killing it. I was doing material more so because I knew he was there. And I was like, I'd like to see Tommy see me doing material, you know.
That's it.
So I did material. It all went well. Audience, like, you're talking what? It's 1,000-seater, like, so you're talking, poof, when you get laughs landing there and walking off buzzing, and I'm like, okay, you're ready for the guy you came for, Tommy Tiernan. And he comes on and he gives you a little pump, and I was walking off going, this is fucking class. This is surreal, you know what I mean? So I was just well fucking chuffed with that. Number one, I got to be on the Vicar Street stage. Which again I don't go on about because it's the kind of thing I would go on about if I did my solo show on Vicar Street. You see some people are like, I've done 12 Vicars, you were cleaning the aisles. Do you know what I mean? You're reining in a small bit. But it was really fucking just a nice how far I've come sort of moment, you know. I have come a nice way because you forget when you're doing comedy. Because you're always looking at who's ahead of you or who's doing better or who's doing this and that.
There is those kind of proper like mark in the sand, like this is a big fucking deal.
Yeah. Like fuck, wow! Did I just do that? I did just do that. That's pretty fucking cool, you know. And obviously getting MC in the laughter lounge is nice as well. That was a real moment for me as well.
And did you speak to Tommy after?
I did a little bit, yeah. Actually, before I went on, I was kind of pacing a bit because I was hosting. I was like, oh fuck, I'm hosting here, getting ready, pacing a bit in the corridor, and he just came up to me and he just went, enjoy it, and give me a little towel. And I was like, I was like, don't tell me what to fucking do. You know, I'm very, very anxious before gigs. So, you know, I smacked him in the head.
Fuck off, Tommy.
I was like, when did you last do a DVD? You know, no, he gave me a little fist bump and it was fucking class.
I'm guessing he went out and killed it.
Oh, of course he did. He's Tommy Tiernan. He always kills it. You know what I mean? Like he always kills it. He's what 20 new hours of material every year for 25 years or a little more. It's just, and it's always bang, bang, bang.
Man.
And he's so chill after. He was very chill after the show. He was just sitting there chilling, chatting about other random stuff, you know. And I didn't get a selfie before you ask.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I hate that so much.
I wouldn't ask for that either.
No, I mean,
if I met like Kevin Bridges, for me would be like he's the kind of reason I got into this. If I met him, I wouldn't ask for a selfie.
No, I think it's weird.
I would be like, because it's almost like you're
You're not a comic anymore. You're a fan.
Yeah.
That's weird
But
to
I
me.
get why people do it.
Yeah.
Because it's like maybe if I saw like Chris Rock, I would want to go up and talk to him and be like, "Fuck, man, I love you. You're one of the best ever."
Yeah.
And the part of you would if someone got a picture of me talking to them,
Yeah, that's different.
I would prefer that.
Yeah, it's been fun talking to you, Ralph. I did enjoy this podcast. I thought it would be shit.
I thought you listened.
Avid listener. I watch clips. Clips are weird. I know we're trying to end the podcast, but clips. A lot of people watch podcasts through clips now instead of listening to full podcasts.
Someone stopped me in the street the other day and said, "I love your podcast." And then I went, "Oh, cool." And they went, "Well, actually, just watch your clips." And I was just like, "All right, cool."
I think it's for people with low attention span. They can watch stuff in clips and they're like,
Yeah, and I think people can then get the gist of it. I'm like,
No.
yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, I have listened to a few, to be fair. Thanks. Not many, but a few.
That's fair. And before you go, you get to suggest a guest that I've got to try and get on for a future episode. So anyone that you think you like and find very funny, I'll try and get them on the podcast for a future episode.
Ooh, off the top of my head, obviously Mike Rice.
Yeah.
John Spillane.
John Spillane.
John Spillane, very funny Irish comic.
Yeah.
Does mostly improvised crowd work, stand up all the time.
Oh, love that.
Funny, wacky, very entertaining.
Is he in Edinburgh right now?
He's in Edinburgh now, yeah.
Class.
John Spillane. If you look on my Instagram friends list, you'll find him. Add him, send him a request.
Yeah.
He's very, very funny.
Sweet.
Very great, a great guy. John Spillane,
Yeah.
great guy, very entertaining, very funny. Yeah.
Fucking done. And is there any films, music, albums, anything like that you've listened to recently or watched recently that you think, fuck, more people need to hear that?
I went to see Fat Freddy's Drop in Galway. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. Kiwi band, they're around about 25 years. I had listened to them years ago, and they are a fusion of stuff like fusion of reggae, fucking hip hop. They have a brass section on stage, and it's heavy brass.
I've heard
driven.
of them. I couldn't tell you how. Have they done like a...
They're brilliant, man.
Yeah, I've definitely heard the name somehow.
You would have, yeah. They're around for years. But they were at the Galway Arts Festival in Ireland, and I went to see them, and it was one of the best gigs I've ever seen.
Right.
And they're on Spotify, but they've re-released an album called Blackbird.
Cool.
I think it's been remixed, and it's pretty fucking cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
So check out Fat Freddy's Drop. They're brilliant. I don't read books, so I haven't got time. Can't
don't
remember the
matter.
last movie I saw.
I only listen to audiobooks, something at that level.
Yeah, I do that, but then I fall asleep and I forget how much I've listened to, and I just assume it's in there somewhere. Yeah. I'm like, yeah. Have you read that book? Yeah. What happened? Stuff.
Yes, I mean, I can keep falling asleep during
Guy
it.
died
Fuck
at the
it.
end. I think that's it. You know, yeah.
Right. Brian,
it.
thank you very much for coming on, man. This has
You're a
been fun.
beautiful man. It's been a pleasure.
Goodbye. Goodbye.